Look, nowadays, using a dating app is pretty straightforward. Just head to the App Store, download whichever dating app you prefer, and start swiping. It's simple, right? Well, if you're anything like me, male and not exactly photogenic, you'll quickly realize that using dating apps might actually lower your chances of finding a life partner. But don't worry, there are some ways to game the system and find true love. Or at the very least, find someone that will show you feet pics for free. Okay, first things first, you've got to choose the right app. Dating apps are like tools. Some work better for different purposes. So to choose the dating app best suited for you, go to the App Store and download all of the dating apps you've ever heard of. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Coffee Meets Bagel, eHarmony, Red Notebook because TikTok is banned, and anything that you can find people to swipe on. Because like tools, it's just best to have all of your tools with you to fix your relationship status problems. Okay, now that you've got your dating apps, it's time to create your profile. This includes picking the right pictures, filling out your stats, and writing a bio. The pictures are everything, so here's a quick guide. For men, you're going to generally want pictures that show you at your best angles, with good natural lighting, generally showing off hobbies that you may do, but nothing too crazy, like probably no pictures involving hunting or League of Legends, but instead show off hobbies that display your breadth of experience, like cooking or traveling or knitting, something that says you have a soft side without making people question your sexuality. Additionally, you may want to have pictures that showcase your friends as well, to prove that you're not some murderous psycho. But don't show pictures of any girls in immediate proximity, as it may be taken the wrong way, like an ex or a girl that you've liked for 10 years and you're not exactly over, but you don't have the courage to speak to her, even though you guys hang out in the same friend group and she's the prettiest girl alive. Yeah, none of those kind of pictures. Lastly, cute animals are almost a must, and they preferably have to be your own. Dogs, cats, and anything cute and fuzzy is always a plus, especially as a conversation starter. Now, on the other hand, pictures for women are a little bit different, but not significantly so. See, like men, it's important to have good photos of yourself to allow people to know that you have a face, a body, and boobs. Just make sure any friends in your photos don't have bigger boobs than yours. Alright, now we have to talk about our stats and occupation. And here's the deal. No dating app is asking you for your exact size measurements. Thank God for my Asian ass. But they will ask you for your height. Don't worry, everyone rounds up. A 5'10 is basically 6'2", a 5'2 is 5'4", and if you're 5'8", you're actually 6 feet. Trust me, I'm also 6 feet, man. And look, if you're worried your match will care, if you somehow get an actual date, just wear some tall shoes, or drive a truck like everyone else that's compensating for height. As for your occupation, if you're hoping to go on dates with college students, just say you're a student, even if you graduated 2 years ago. And if you're not into that scene, say you're an entrepreneur. But whatever you do, don't say you're a software engineer or hedge fund manager. Major red flags. I'll scare off all the same people. And if you're trying to date a high schooler, well, that's when you call 911. The rest of the stats are usually pretty optional, but if you can sneak in that you're wealthy or have something impressive going on, it would definitely help. Alright, now let's talk about our bios. Honestly, this is usually the least important part, but you still want to have it and you want to keep it normalish. Something along the lines of, I'm not a murderer, I've got enough spare income to pay for our desserts, and I'm a somewhat functional member of society. That kind of bio will do just fine. So don't mention you're a Reddit or Discord mod. If the app has prompts, use them to show a little bit of extra quirky personality. Something like, pineapple on pizza is my hot take, or listening to music is my hobby. People love that kind of stuff. A little bit of spice, but nothing too much, you know? Alright, now that we have our profile set, it's time to start swiping. There are different strategies depending on the app. For those with unlimited swipes, just go ahead and spam the heck out of them. I mean, match with anyone that you can possibly match with. For apps with some swipe limits, you may want to be a little bit more selective. Look for people who will appreciate your personality. And if you're really desperate and don't want to pay for some companionship, you can pay some money to get near unlimited swipes on whatever app you're paying for. just to realize it's essentially the same as having the free version because you're still ugly as fuck. So, time to actually pay for companionship. Now let's pretend that we've somehow made it to the last step, where you've managed to match with someone, and let's pretend even further that you haven't been ghosted within the first message. Perhaps you said something funny like, hi. Now what you're going to want to do is to just be yourself. This is your future life partner, and if you can't be yourself around them, then they probably aren't the right one. And what else are dating apps for except to find the right one? And the occasional booty call. But don't let that stop you from finding your true love out there, even if dating apps probably aren't the best place to find them. Because who knows, one day, that right here, that could be one of us. Yeah, I'm still freaking seeing.